Well, first, let's dive into this update on a news story we shared last week. I believe this is kind of a civil war has broken out in part of India.
Yeah.
An interspecies civil war.
Dogs versus monkeys.
And this is the cutest war ever.
Well, it is cute until you see the puppies splattered all over the sidewalk.
Well, that's not cute.
After being thrown from a 3-story building.
Yeah, monkeys are committing a massacre against dogs in India because apparently the dogs started it, according to the monkeys. I don't know how people got that report from the monkeys.
As I said last week, I don't believe that part of it. I don't know how.
You just spin.
I don't know how you can confirm that.
The simian population putting that out there.
Yeah.
All right.
But I did. Well, there are some updates, and I was able to find out where in India this took place. Last week we didn't know, but it's apparently a village called Maharashtra. Maharashtra. So if anyone is familiar, that's where it is. But the latest news, Steve, is that 2 killer monkeys were captured. Now, apparently they were having trouble finding any of these monkeys because whenever they would come in to get them, they would climb up in the trees where they were safe.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of a natural sanctuary.
Yeah. But I guess they eventually captured 2 monkeys, which I guess now they're, again, I got to call bullshit. They're trying to convince us that it was just these 2 monkeys, and now everything's going to be okay. Now that they've captured were they serial killers? Maybe this wasn't a civil war. Maybe we had something entirely different.
Now, according to this headline, it says 250 dogs were killed.
Yeah, so we're led to believe that 2 monkeys killed 250 dogs. And
that's a dedicated pair of monkeys.
Well, again, I don't believe this. And that's a New York Post article.
Well,
right?
there you go.
And now I get one that's from an Indian, somewhere in India.
Something local.
This mentions a troop of monkeys. This also says that they took these 2 monkeys, but it's not saying that it was just them. This is saying a troop of monkeys, and it's saying after the puppies were thrown to the ground, if the puppies were still alive, the other monkeys would kill them on the ground. What other monkeys? I thought there were only 2. Yeah. So clearly, I guess they're just trying to scapegoat these 2 monkeys and make it seem like everything is going to go back to normal.
Problem solved, people.
Right, but it's clearly not the case. Also, they didn't even lock these monkeys up. They just moved into a forest. Now, Steve, you're familiar with history, right?
And I'm also familiar with the Catholic Church.
Right.
It sounds very similar.
Right. It reminds you of that. It reminded me of Napoleon's first exile. What happened? They sent him to, I believe, Corsica, and he came right back months later and restarted the war. It wasn't until they locked him up after Waterloo that all these shenanigans came to an end. So I wish that they would have either euthanized these monkeys or just keep them in a cage somewhere. Otherwise, I feel like there's going to be a lot more to this story. Either the 2 maybe they're the leaders. I don't know. How do they determine any of this?
Maybe without them, the whole organization collapses.
Right. They're like the Godfather and the consigliere. Yeah. Who knows? But I don't believe this is over, and I will have another update next week.
I'm sure you will. It sounds like this will escalate in a way perhaps the experts apparently do not see coming.
Yeah, and I meant to do some investigative reporting of my own, but that kind of fell through. But I will have, hopefully I'll have that for next week.
Oh, what do you mean? Wait a second. Investigative reporting? You're going out onto the...
I'm going out into the field. Yep. Get some firsthand reporting done. Because look, clearly, whatever news we're getting here is not the real story.
It's conflicting.
It's conflicting. It doesn't really add up. I'm going to have to get to the bottom of this myself.
Well, this is exactly why I'm glad you're part of this, because we need that kind of hard-hitting journalism.
Oh, and by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about 250 dead dogs here, right? This is a serious matter. Do you really need, as the first sentence of your last paragraph, to be, finally, as this monkey business got out of hand?
Oh,
come on. Let's take this crap seriously, folks. It's a civil war going on. Making puns.